Friends, welcome to Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where we believe, belong, and become. Opening, breaking, and staying. Opening, breaking, and staying. On this third Sunday of Easter, we get to listen to one of the most splendid encounters of Jesus with the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. I call it as the Eucharist on the go. Eucharist on the go, as Jesus opens the scriptures and breaks the bread. And the disciples tell Jesus, "Stay with us, Lord. Mane nobiscum Domine. Stay with us, Lord." The two disciples in Luke 24 ask Jesus with all their innocence, "Are you the only visitor in Jerusalem these days who have not heard about the current trends, what has unfolded in the past couple of days?" It was easy for the disciples to quit. It was like losing a game 25-0, losing the football game 25-0, because the one in whom they had hopes, expectations, Jesus, the Christ, was killed. And the disciples were dejected, disappointed, disturbed. And they were at a point when they said, "Okay, let me go back to my old ways, whatever or wherever I was." But it is there Jesus makes this breakthrough. It is there that Jesus cuts across in their path. N.T. Wright, one of the New Testament scholars, says about Luke 24, it is a masterpiece within a masterpiece. Hans von Balthasar says, Jesus vanished from their sight, means Jesus went on a mission. Jerusalem is still the epicenter for all this unfolding of the events, preceded by Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection. Two disciples are going away from Jerusalem. That is a key detail that we need to pay attention to. Jerusalem, which is the epicenter, now the disciples are on their way out to be away from Jerusalem. It is Jesus who meets them on the road to Emmaus, 7 miles away. It is quite possible that we go back to our old ways through disappointment, through the lack of hope. But the risen Christ encounters us and meets us where we are, and he sets our hearts on fire. He opens the scriptures, he breaks the bread, and he stays with us. Mane nobiscum Domini. Jesus makes this Eucharist an ongoing process of our life. He accompanies us. Jesus encounters us through the opening of the scriptures and the breaking of the bread. These two disciples could be you and me, our families. Do we burn within when we read the scriptures? Sunday after Sunday, as the Gospels are proclaimed to us, as the Bible readings through the lectionary are proclaimed and pronounced to us, does the scripture make our hearts burn within to encounter this profound moment and tell Jesus, "Stay with me, Lord. Mane nobiscum Domini. Stay with us, Lord. Open for us the scriptures. Break the bread for us." The day is done. The darkness is surrounding, which could be a similar experience for you and for me. We might be at a point when I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm disappointed. I don't want to rise up from where I am. I'm surrounded by darkness. It is exactly then when Jesus makes the breakthrough through the opening of the scriptures and the breaking of the bread. And this is called the primacy of grace, the prima gratia, the primacy of grace through the word and the Eucharist. The eagerness of the risen Christ is communicated to us as he wants to embrace those whom he has redeemed through his resurrection. This is the eagerness of the risen Christ to put us back where we belong, to set our hearts on fire, to help us focus on the mission. This is the Eucharistic movement. The liturgy of the word, opening of the scriptures, pushes us into the Eucharist and the breaking of the bread. And for that, are our hearts open, burning within. The first reading mentions the words of Jesus become a reality on the road to Emmaus. The risen Christ sets our hearts on fire and empowers us with the mission, takes us back to Jerusalem, the epicenter, and puts us there with the mission that we need to embrace. Despite the disappointment, dejection, and hopelessness, the risen Christ encounters us, opening the scriptures, breaking the bread, taking us back to Jerusalem, the epicenter, and puts us on the mission. The risen Christ accompanies us just when we think we are done and dusted, no hope, and want to give up, go back to our old ways of life. Jesus, the risen Christ, makes the breakthrough and sets our hearts on fire, opening the scriptures to us, breaking the bread for us, and putting us back in Jerusalem. Opening, breaking, staying with us. Mane nobiscum Domini. Father Pravin Lakisetti, here at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you, and God bless.